Welcome back to the best Stickman game maybe ever made. This is Stickman Trenches, and from now till October 2nd, the game is on sale for 50% off. We added the new Russian faction, and this is a very cool thing. We're over 1,000 reviews, very positive rating on Steam, and we're still working at the game. Now, I want to show you the newest faction, the Russian faction, and we're gonna show them on one of the hardest maps and one of the hardest difficulty levels. Brutal. Let's see who we're fighting against right now, and it's the Germans. Okay, Russians versus Germans. This is appropriate because the Russians are sort of like the infantry spam faction, while the Germans are the infantry specialist faction. Now, the Russians don't really have a unique unit like all the other nations do, but what they do have is a unique tech tree. Their nation-specific tech tree is just one line, but when you look at it, there's a lot of interesting implications. Basically, right now, if I spawn in a rifleman and spend the $70, well, I get a single rifleman. But after the first upgrade, if I do it again, 2 riflemen come out. Now, they're a little bit less effective on attack as the other nation's riflemen, and that's sort of like, well, they're conscripts, right? Or a lot of the Russian troops were conscripts, and that's sort of the idea we're going for. So right now we're basically going to be entertaining the idea of printing infinite Russian infantry. Now we need to get some XP in order to get more medals here. Oh man, so they defended us here. And while this map is kind of hard, it's mainly because at the beginning of your base, you don't have a lot of trenches back to back that you can fall back on, while the enemy does, and you have to make it across a number of bodies of water, which make reinforcing your trenches a little bit more difficult because your troops run slower. One of the things we're going to want to do is also account for the upgrade tree being locked off for a number of upgrades. But we can spawn in riflemen and other infantry units a little bit faster. So that's sort of the idea right here. In the early game, what we're basically going to be trying to do is getting XP from fighting the enemy a little bit early and a little bit often. We're going to be taking a lot of casualties, but we can replace them. Ooh, I do want an officer, but at this point, we'll take the gold. Oh, that artillery barrage was massive. Okay, retreat. And I think this is going to be where we want to sort of hold the line. From here, we'll send out, well, scouting parties, as we say. XP farming groups. Now, this is brutal difficulty. The enemy's already unlocked artillery under 2 minutes into the game. That's going to be a little bit tough. Let's see if we can't remove that machine gun. Oh, man, we just lost half our forces attacking it. We've got 3 guys left. Go, go, go. But we did get 3 medals. Is that enough? It is. Now, do we want faster spawning? Probably. That way we can continually resupply. And then shortly thereafter, oh gosh, we'll take the gold. Oh, that was actually very lucky that artillery barrage only took out what looked like maybe 2 guys. Oh, the enemy was sending a machine gunner right there. Okay. Now, the Russians also have some unique vehicles, which we're going to show a little bit later. But the real star of the show here is just massive, massive, cheap infantry pushing. So the enemy seems to have just... Oh, all right, another 2 men lost to artillery. The enemy seems to be slowly reinforcing. They've got 3 machine guns in their trenches. The trenches, at least the back 2, are fully upgraded. This one, not so. Otherwise, you'd see the little planks going between... Oh, well, there you go. They just fully upgraded it. Let's see if we can't take it. Oh, man, we're doing like nothing. To a fully upgraded trench, you are going to have a bad time, especially on brutal difficulty. So with that being said, I think it's time for us to upgrade to where when we summon 1 infantry, it actually is 3 riflemen. Oh gosh, and the enemy pushed us and timed it with an artillery barrage? This is bad. They jammed up. Oh, we just lost the machine gunner. We almost lost our forward operating position. We put a lot of money into that trench. Let's go ahead and try to take this trench or kick them out of it at least. Now, when the enemy doesn't... Ooh, definitely take the medals. We've got 7 medals at our disposal. When the enemy doesn't spend a lot of money, yeah, there you go. It's an artillery barrage. They took out the machine gunner we just bought, I think. All right, you know what? We're now spawning in 4 riflemen a pop. We're about 4 minutes into this game, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. Oh, the enemy just built a machine gun. I'm gonna attack it. We took a decent amount of casualties there, but the objective was achieved, which was to kick them out of that trench. And we're just gonna keep pushing them back until we lose this force, which is gonna be pretty much now. We have 10 medals at our disposal. And I know what you're thinking. We need more riflemen, don't we? 5 infantry a pop. We're spawning them at 40%. Now, the enemy might use gas, so I'm definitely gonna get gas masks. I know these guys are expendable, but I don't want to just die to a bunch of chemical warfare. We are fighting the Germans, which kind of specialize in it. We have a single shotgunner out there. What are you doing here? You know, you're supposed to have rifles. Oh, that machine gun is just mowing these guys down. I think we took 50% casualties right there. We actually pushed them back. Oh, they're upgrading their men to have a little bit of armor. Now, on the higher levels of difficulty, the base's HP will repair itself. So, while we did do a little bit of damage, it feels like it was sort of for naught. And look at this. This is a massive, massive push against 3 guys. Although, oh, they were building a machine gun. We should have attacked. We'll attack now. Oh, that's an artillery barrage. I think we just missed a massive, massive artillery. So I think at this point, we might want to just show off some of the tanks if we can get the medals for them. Oh no, not the artillery. Look at that, the heavy tank, the Tsar tank. Like I said, the Russians really didn't get to tanks in World War I, but there was some concepts for the Tsar tank, and since this is more of like historically inspired, it's like, why not make one of the most ridiculous vehicles? Oh my gosh, that artillery just absolutely decimated our troops. I'm a little bit worried once they get a little bit more armored upgrades, we're definitely going to be losing shootouts a lot quicker, but we still have superior numbers. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Are they going to push out? Oh my gosh, they're going to push out. I don't know if we're going to be able to get there in time. The reinforcements held them off just long enough. Wow. Okay, so Big Bad Germany over here is going hard in the paint on artillery. So what happens if we just do the wave attack strategy? We just keep spawning in riflemen and send them into attack. Not waiting to link up, just wave after wave after wave after wave. I wonder how we can keep this up. We have a veritable Swiss bank of gold at our disposal right now. Uh-oh. Actually, I don't think this is gonna work, because I don't even... Are we even getting a kill anymore? Okay, we need to stop this strategy. This is a bad strategy. And the enemy just massed up a ton of troops. I think on brutal difficulty, that's a mistake that we can't really make. Yeah, they just took that trench. We're gonna get a few officers now. Oh my goodness. And by, but look how quickly I can replicate and replace my troops. This is incredible. All right, let's counterattack. Now, if we can take this trench before they get the machine gun. Oh my goodness, that was close. Oh, jeez. The amount of troops I've produced and lost is epic in scale, I feel like. All right, we're going on a counterattack now. Oh, wow. We got artillery in the water. Look at that. Fully defended, fully upgraded trenches are probably the biggest weakness for this strategy, for mass Russian riflemen. All right, do we get there before that machine gun gets there? It's gonna be close. Oh, they just called in reinforcements. Oh, we got it. Jeez. All right, let's summon an artillery barrage of our own. Okay, that was like the best artillery strike. I don't know if we're gonna take this trench though. They just got enough reinforcements and got the machine gun down. But I felt like we kind of had them up against the ropes there. So I'm just gonna do a push all the way to the back. I don't know if this is a good idea, but what we're doing is sending in the waves again. Now this one's got an officer and I think a shotgunner. No, wow. Is anyone even getting a shot off? Oh, they're counterattacking. Hey, the officer took somebody down. So now we're skirmishing outside of the trenches and in no man's land in a way where we have a little bit of an advantage, or rather they have less of an advantage, which feels like an advantage when you have a quantitative advantage. There's a lot of advantages going on right now. But I'd say that right now it does sort of feel like one of the more overpowered strategies in the game, so we probably have to tweak it a little bit. Oh, they've got grenades now. Oh, this is not good. They don't have their last upgrade though, which means they're super armored. I love when the officer's in no man's land and is just like firing his little pistol. And this is one of the most back and forth battles I think I've ever had in the game, which makes it a lot of fun. Oh, they just got their final upgrade on their infantry, which makes them even more survivable. And I'm just really having fun, like, doing a wave push. We'll take an artillery barrage and try to follow up this push with a little bit of artillery. That actually helped. Doing artillery and infantry push is probably the way to really get the most out of your troops. But right now, I'm trying to do a new personal record of summoning like 500 units. We're doing damage to their base, it's just not a lot. Oh, they're throwing grenades back. Okay. So I think we definitely could overpower them with just infantry. But I want to summon in the Tsar tank now. And after these last waves of infantry, I'm not going to spawn anymore just because I want to see how far the big bad Tsar tank gets. Because look at this thing. It's absolutely insane and it's massive. That being said, it's incredibly slow. Fully upgraded German troops just look like stormtroopers, man. They are awesome looking. And they're quick to retake all the lost land. Wow. That group of 5 meant 3 upgraded troops and only lost 1. All right, here's the Tsar tank, led by 5 brave infantry. All right, here it is. The Battle of the Titans. Oh, and they've got grenades. Of course they do. But once it gets a little bit close, it's gonna start mowing them down with a mix of machine gun fire and cannon fire. Thing's a porcupine of weaponry if you look closely. You've got like the back cannon, the forward cannon, another forward cannon, and 2 machine guns on the bottom. It's like the silliest looking tank design maybe ever. All right, so at this point, I feel like it's safe to say, mind you, we didn't even go grenades. I'm gonna go ahead and get that mining one. If they do get landmines, we won't step on them. And we're just gonna build up a massive push, and we're gonna try to kick them absolutely out of this thing. Now for the light tank, they just have the French Renault FT-17s, which will summon one in and lead the charge here. I really think the best way to do this is do like an artillery barrage in the build-up. Oh wow, that was actually very successful. We took out 2 elite troops and a heavily defended machine gun bunker. So here goes the tank through. Let's see how it does. Oh yeah, they've got grenades. It doesn't look like they have the anti-tank grenades. Do they have chemical weapons? They do not, but they do have a fully upgraded base. Yeah, all right, charge. Look at this. I wish you knew how many it was, because it's got to be like, I don't know, 30. Oh, that artillery could be bad. Luckily, nobody died to artillery. Now, at this point, it looks like the enemy base is relatively weak. Now, there's not a lot of infantry, but if there was, I'd want... Yeah. Yes. Go, go, go. There's a few shotgun guys in there now. I think this should be enough to defeat the enemy base. Oh, that's grenades. Oh my gosh, that single grenade had to have taken out like 10 people. This is a personal record. I summoned in 653 units and they killed 578. That means we had something like 80 men on the battlefield near at the end, which is insane. But so I want to say a big shout out and thank you to everyone who's bought in the game and been kind enough to leave a review and supported us. We're really appreciative of just this entire journey. Breaking 1,000 reviews on Steam is just like a dream. So the game's on sale right now till October 2nd, and let us know what upgrades and updates you think we should do for the next one. Thanks for watching.